For a long time, I felt like I was just stuck in life. Um, no real direction, no purpose, just kind of reacting to whatever happened to me, um, and kind of just waiting around for motivation or some big change to happen. But that was not the problem. Um, and yeah, I just kind of want to dive into some things that have helped me change my life completely. Like my life, even less than 2 years ago, I was a completely different person. I feel like this is a whole new lifetime. Um, I never thought it was possible to be so content. And that's another thing I kind of wanted to touch base on. A lot of people know I quit my job, and I keep mentioning that, and like I don't have some big plan other than wanting to help people and share what I know. I'm not an expert really in any field necessarily, as far as like certifications or anything like that. But for the past couple of years, I spent all my free time like researching things about nutrition and health and holistic things, and it's really and I've applied it to my life, and it's a huge part of where I'm at today, my faith and everything. So say all that to say, I'm just sharing what has helped me because I think it can help other people. I'm not saying it's the only way or the best way or anything like that. I'm just kind of offering advice, and I think it can help a lot of people. So I guess um, what kind of kickstarted it was when I got sober, and what kind of, like I've mentioned before, you know, made me want to get sober was wanting a change, like, and getting just tired of, just like I said, just stuck in the mud, just feeling like the same old same every day, nothing exciting happening, same routine, same job. I was comfortable, everything was fine, but one day it clicked in my head, like, is this all there is to life? And I was going out drinking all the time, and that was what I lived for, was the weekend, and you know my time outside of work to go drink alcohol and have conversations that you won't remember half of it. And alcohol was just fooling me into a mediocre life and just complacency and thinking I was having fun. And yeah, I just was not the type of person to. I didn't have a healthy relationship with alcohol or even myself or anything. So a lot of this journey has been about getting to know myself. But enough rambling. Yeah, I just I kind of came up with this in hindsight. There's really four main pillars without getting too out there and just reaching for things. But it's kind of was actually on my way to the dentist the other day, and I was driving, and I was just thinking about doing my next video, and I was thinking of kind of the foundation of my life, and there's four pillars, and they didn't all kick in at one time. It's kind of like I said, in hindsight. In hindsight, I realized um, what they are, and how vital each one of these four things are. And there's other little things here and there, but um, and it's the four M's, and that's what I'm going to call them, the four M's. And these are the pillars, the four things that help me take control of my life and not being on autopilot anymore, and just kind of waking up, and grabbing the reins. And the first one, and these are not in order. I will say I saved the best one, or the most important one, is the last one I'm going to talk about, because I'll probably dive into that pretty thoroughly. But um, the first one is mindset, and I've already kind of touched on that. Um, and I'll just tell you real quick. The four M's is mindset, meals, movement, and meaning. Those are simple terms, but yeah, we'll start with mindset here. Um, like I said, I used to kind of just autopilot. I used to wait for some big change or something to happen. I used to wait until I felt ready or the perfect conditions. And now I just do these things. Like I don't want to do curls on Monday and tricep extensions on Monday. And I don't want to do, you know, push-ups every Tuesday. I don't want to do, you know, lunges and squats on Wednesday. I don't want to do all those things, but I don't want to necessarily have to cook every meal that I eat. But once I realized how important it was in my just mental, my mental health and my physical health, like these things, now it's just routine, and it's some things that I have to do because the benefits are so great. So mindset, now I just do things. I've got into the point and even little things like praying, um, like telling people, on Facebook that's going through something, they post about, needing prayers or something. And everyone says praying, but how many people are actually praying for them? So I've made it a point, like mindset. If I'm going to say something, I'm going to do it. If I tell someone I'm going to pray, I'm going to do it. Even if it's a 5-second prayer, I'm going to do it real quick. So yeah, mindset is kind of just taking the reins and just doing things instead of waiting around for perfect conditions. Um, and these all tie in together pretty well. Meals is the second one, and how those relate. I mean, like I said, you gotta. I guess I should backtrack a little bit because what made me want to start taking care of myself in the first place was sort of just realizing, like I said in my first video, kind of my intro to all this, I sort of had like a spiritual awakening and um, kind of refound my, uh, honestly, for the first time ever, I really developed a relationship with God. I felt those spiritual things tied to God, like all those spirituality, new age things. Um, I figured out, oh, this is all God. God made everything, and God. There was little signs through friends and things that pointed me back towards God. Like He was using people in my life and situations to um, just glaringly, just obviously call me home to Him. And I just started. I was already kind of watching a lot of videos on health and a lot of Joe Rogan stuff. He preaches a lot about health stuff and has experts on in different fields, and I was already kind of very intrigued in the pineal gland and all that stuff, and how you can change your life just with your mindset. It all starts with, the mind is the first step of creation. If you think, you have to think something in order to make it or do it. Anything that was created started as a thought in the mind. So yeah, and once I kind of established my foundation, with God and stuff, I really started treating the body as a temple, and realizing oh, this is a gift from God. God, this whole life, my body, everything is a gift from God, and I need to make the most of it, use it to honor Him, um, to learn and grow as much as I can. And I started just looking at everything that happens in life, like bad or good. Like, what is this trying to teach me? And it's kind of changed my whole approach to life. And everything, in hindsight, makes sense. All the bad stuff I've been through, I would not be where I'm at now, which I would say is the most healthiest, mentally and physically, that I've ever been, if it weren't for all the bad things that I went through that led me here. So yeah, the body's a temple. That really made me want to start taking care of myself. And yeah, I got my mindset right there. That was kind of what locked it in. So yeah, mindset. Second one is meals. And if anyone knows me, and I'm not saying this to brag, but I am the strictest eater. And it's not hard for me. It's so simple. It's actually more simple. It's strict, but it's so easy, and it takes away any, like, I mean, I'm pretty much by myself all the time, so I'm not having to ask my partner. you know, anybody like, oh, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? So it's kind of easier for me. I know it's not, a lot of you got a lot of kids and stuff. I have a daughter, but I only get her every other weekend. So, and even then, she's usually eating with. I live behind my parents, so she's usually eating whatever my I have a little twin little brothers that are, a year older than my daughter. So she's with, eating what they eat, or going out to eat with them. And like I said in my last video, I don't go out to eat. Like if I'm on vacation or something, maybe like less than 5 times a year, I will eat out somewhere, like a meal that is made at a restaurant or something. And even then, I'm strict. I don't take cheats. It's like I'll have a steak or a salmon or a salad, salt and pepper, nothing crazy. But basically, what people are like, are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? No, I eat real food. If it's got a bunch of ingredients and things that you can't pronounce, don't eat it. Nope, don't eat preservative. If it's got added sugars, don't eat it. I mean, yeah, if it's got like 2 or 3 grams per serving, that's probably fine. I mean, it's hard to avoid sugars and everything. Natural sugar is fine. Fruits, it's fine. Dairy has natural sugar, it's fine. But if it says a bunch of added sugar, just don't eat it. Basically, what I eat, a lot of fruits. Um, I eat blueberries, bananas. I eat an apple every day. I eat blueberries every day. I eat a banana every day. Um, Sometimes I'll throw in, pears or peaches or, just randomly whatever. All organic produce as well. Like that's huge to me. I've looked into it a lot, so it's really important to me just based on what I've read about getting organic produce as opposed to non-organic, just the sprays and pesticides and sprout inhibitors. Which really got me on the organic produce thing was I tried to grow garlic one time, store-bought garlic. I bought a bulb of it, and it started, kind of sprouting, and I put it in water, and it never grew for months and months. The garlic just kind of wilted away, like little bulbs or cloves just basically turned sour, like went bad, and sitting in a little dish of water. And the next time I went to the store, I bought right next to it. There's organic garlic bulbs, and I bought those. And the next morning, the sprouts are shooting up after I put them in water, and just use that, with as little like garlic chives, basically. But that made me realize, like, oh, if they're spraying something on here that keeps this garlic from growing, and I'm eating it, what is that doing to me? Um, so yeah, eat real food. What I mean by that, obviously, fruits, vegetables. I think I was kind of overdoing vegetables for a while, like because I was eating every day, and I still do it pretty much every day. I eat carrots and a small salad, like spinach and kale, or spring mix and spinach, organic. And I just, instead of using some kind of dressing, I use organic olive oil, organic lemon juice, or you can buy an organic lemon and just squeeze it on there. Olive oil, lemon juice, salt, pepper, maybe a little onion powder or red pepper flakes, just something. It is the best salad ever. Do all that, and sometimes I'll throw my sprouted lentils on there. I sprout my own lentils, or just eat the salad by itself, or maybe little organic cherry or grape tomatoes. I started doing that. It's delicious. Um, but yeah, and then every day and another thing with meals is prepping, like ahead of time. So like every Sunday or Monday, it just kind of depends when I have time, but I'll boil 9 eggs, and I will, eat 3 a day. Like I'll do like Monday and Tuesday, I'll eat 3 each day, and then Wednesday I'll have a can of sardines. I know, gross. A lot of people say I love them. If you like tuna, you would like sardines. It's just you got to get over the fact that it's a full little fish. But yeah, so I kind of alternate between boiled eggs and sardines. I'll do boiled eggs a couple days and sardines, and then the last 3 boiled eggs the next day, and then sardines Friday. So that's your 5 days of the week. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'll usually, pick one or the other as well, or if I got some leftovers or something. But yeah, that's my lunch. Basically, I'll start with my protein, either eggs or sardines, and That's about 18 grams of protein either way. And then I'll throw in some yogurt and organic, either Greek or this organic probiotic yogurt. Either way, it's good probiotics. But yeah, fruits, vegetables, meats. Like for dinner, I alternate. I don't eat pork or shellfish. I think I might have mentioned this in another video, but just kind of biblically, that's a big thing. Like, you can find answers for anything about life in the Bible pretty much. And Dr. Josh Axe and I forget the other guy's name, but they do this whole thing on the biblical diet. And it is a really fascinating thing, and it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, fruits, vegetables, meats. I get organic, like grass milk from grass-fed cows. They have it at Walmart. I shop at Walmart too. That's another thing. Like, I just have found my routine. Real butter. So yeah, eat real food. I eat 90% dark chocolate. That's got a couple grams of sugar, but I pair that with a little like Celtic salt and like some almonds or pumpkin seeds and goji berries, like a little trail mix type of thing that I make myself. I get all organic almonds and pumpkin seeds and goji berries. Just order them on Amazon. Yeah, so eat real food. I mean, that's basically all it comes down to. So that's mindset. That was meals. And then the third one that I have here is movement. And this is a big one because the longer you wait to start working out or doing something to just stay mobile, it gets harder and harder. And when I started, I got to a point and I started doing like, so the simplest thing you can do, I'll just say this right out the gate, is walk. Make sure you're walking 5,000 steps a day. If you can't get that, then you are not trying to do anything. And that takes about 40 minutes maybe. And I do that every day. I was doing that on my lunch break. Now I just walk down my road here, or just walking around here, we have 3.5 acres, just walking around here with the dog. But you got the health app if you got an iPhone, and it shows you your steps that you've taken. Zeus, come here, buddy. Come here. Sorry, I didn't notice he ran off. Come here, Bubba. Zeus, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's funny, there's a yellow butterfly literally following him back over here. Come here, buddy. Come on, come on. Sorry about that. He's a good dog. I'm trying to, be lenient and let him kind of have free range, but he starts to get pretty far away. But yeah, so movement. Walking is the easiest thing, and some people will argue it's better than running. Like, I think running is probably better if you're just going to do something. Like, if you can run, a mile or something, or just run 20 minutes. You don't even got to track how far, because that's really good for your lymph system to sweat and just get the toxins out and keep your lymph system flowing. And it's great for your heart health. But walking, and do it outside, get sunlight. That's the key thing. So many people, I would say majority of Americans for sure, vitamin D deficient, because you're not outside enough. You're going to work in the office all day, then you come home and it's getting dark outside. You don't spend time outside. And you're supplementing. Like, I don't supplement anything. Not saying it's wrong to, but try to do what you can naturally before you start taking supplements. Like, don't just take control of your life. Get your mindset right. Start eating right. And these things compound. Like I said, this is in hindsight. All these things I came up with, I didn't throw them all on at one time. I'm giving you the blueprint that I've discovered in hindsight. So maybe you can get to where I am quicker than I got here. Surely, movement. Walk 5,000 steps a day. 40 minutes of walking outside. You're going to get it. If you can do that every day, that'll change your life, man. It will change your life. And I just want to hop back real quick to meals, as far as meals, because I didn't really touch on beverages. I drink water. I try to drink, filtered water. I don't drink plastic bottled water. I buy a nice filter for my fridge. And black coffee, I quit putting stuff in my coffee. I get organic coffee. I drink a coconut water that has a couple grams of added sugar. I drink kombucha. Speaking of, Synergy kombucha is the greatest kombucha out there. And matcha, organic grass-fed. Matcha with organic grass-fed collagen. But other than that, I don't really drink stuff. Hot tea, I drink a lot of hot tea. Every night I'll drink like some chamomile lavender tea or blueberry sage tea. Zeus, come here, buddy. Now he's eating grass over there. But yeah, so as far as movement, walking every day, I was doing that for months, maybe a year. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what else I can start doing. Something easy, just is better than nothing. So I started doing 30 push-ups. 30 push-ups just by my desk at work. I just pop down, do 30 push-ups before lunch, and then after lunch, at some point, pop down, do another 30 push-ups, and then before I would leave work to go home, 30 more push-ups. That's 90 push-ups every day that I was doing, and I'm telling you, after like probably 2 weeks, I started feeling my muscles coming in. And that's a good feeling, like when you haven't done nothing in years, especially if you start eating right and like taking care of yourself, start walking every day, you're going to cut down a little weight, start drinking a lot of water, like a gallon a day, which is like really like three of these things is plenty. I'd probably drink 4, sometimes 5 of those, but you do those things and your muscle is going to start showing pretty quick. If you're eating right and you're in shape, cut out the alcohol. I know that's hard for a lot of people because so much revolves around it, but once you just stick to it hard, like, no, I'm not doing it, you can still go enjoy life and go to the bar with your friends if you got to. I don't really do that a lot, but the times that I have, I've had a great time. Now, would I rather be doing something more productive? Usually, yeah, I try to, but every now and then, it's good to see friends and socialize, but yeah, I started doing those push-ups and seeing muscle, and I did probably almost a year of doing 90 push-ups every day by my desk at work, and not at one time, like I said, broken up hours apart. And they got easier and easier, and then one day I was just like, maybe I could try to like and push-ups are one of the greatest things. If you're going to do one thing, do push-ups. And I still do push-ups, but that's only on Tuesdays or Mondays, and Thursdays are my push-up days, but that's like my chest, because now I've kind of, I still do everything 3 sets a day, spaced hours apart by my desk at work. Now I do them in my kitchen at home, but spaced hours apart, and each set of everything takes less than like 3 minutes. So I really don't sweat when I'm doing it. But like, I'm like, you can't tell, but I feel great. I'm not ripped. I'm not like jacked, but I'm cut. I'm in shape. I'm strong. I'm probably stronger than I've ever been. But it's all just calisthenic type stuff. I wear a 12-pound weighted vest, and I use a 20-pound kettlebell pretty much for all my workouts. But yeah, Monday and Thursday is chest and sort of back day. Tuesday is arms, and I'll do it. I'll eventually, probably the next video, I'll deep dive on each one of these 4 pillars. I'm just kind of trying to run you through them. But yeah, movement. I started so walking, and that compounded into wanting to do push-ups. So now I'm walking 5,000, or actually closer to 8,000 steps a day, doing 90 push-ups a day. Then I started like, oh, what can I do to build other muscles? So then I kind of made different workout for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I would repeat Monday's workout. Friday I would repeat Tuesday's workout, and that has kind of evolved. I used to use like literally a gallon of water, like a jug that we just had randomly sitting in our office, to do curls, and it was 8 pounds, I think. Not a lot, but I did it every day. I started building, biceps and triceps, doing, extensions and holding the jug out and doing body weight squats. And now, obviously, I'm using a weighted vest and a 20-pound kettlebell. It's a big jump, but I'm probably about to buy a heavier, like a 30-pound kettlebell, probably, just because I've been using the 20 for like a year now, and it's getting easy. But yeah, so mindset, meals, movement, um, and the last one, and this is, like I said, to me, this is the most important one, and it's meaning. And I kind of touched on that. By meaning, I mean, like, give your life meaning and purpose. And kind of what's done that is my faith. Like I said, going back to realizing that life is a gift, and God, gave me this life to honor Him, and He gives us free will to make choices, and He obviously wants us to respect the body as a temple. It's in the scripture. And yeah, I mean, and to go back, there's another big thing. My buddy sent me a video on this today, but fasting. Like I said, I do a 72-hour fast every 3 months. I started by doing a 24-hour fast, and then that turned into trying to do it like once every other week or every week. Um, and then I decided, I want to do a 48-hour fast every 3 months. Well, after my first 48-hour fast, I was like, I could do 72. So now I do a 72-hour fast every 3 months. I've probably done it 5 times, 4 times. Um, that's a huge part of it. You don't have to go crazy. I haven't gone crazy on it or nothing, but try a 24-hour fast, every once a month or something. I mean, if you don't think you can do that, or you think you're gonna struggle or something, your mindset is not right. You don't want it that bad, and you don't have control of your life. Like, that's another thing. That I know this sounds simple, but I mean, if you have bad habits, like you smoke cigarettes, or you vape, or you drink too much or whatever, do you want to quit? Do you want to do better? But you're not. Why aren't you? Because you don't have control of your life. You're on this autopilot. If you really had control, you want to get healthier, you want to lose weight, you want to take better care of yourself, you would do it. You would take control of your life. And it starts with these little things, like I said, mindset, eating right, and all these things. Like, once you are eating right and moving a little bit, um, and your mental clarity gets better, your mental health. I mean, if you're on anxiety medication, all these things, if you start doing these things, you might not need the medication anymore. I have a friend at work that got off her diabetes insulin basically just from changing her diet, and she started working out, and it's possible to do these things. I mean, you just got to put in the effort and learn about it. I mean, you can find anything on YouTube now. I mean, I changed I'm not a mechanic, but I freaking I rebuilt the fuel pump on my Duramax. I rebuilt this whole fuel pump. I just bought an $8 seal kit. They were trying to charge me like $500 to change the fuel pump because it wasn't holding pressure. Bought an $8 pack of rubber seals and gaskets and rebuilt it myself. Haven't had a problem since in 5 years, 4 years. Um, so yeah, that's the 4 pillars. Um, the faith thing is so huge for me because once I was pretty deep. I had like I said, like a spiritual awakening, and I was seeing, like, I started noticing all the little things, like just little butterflies, and um, you know cardinals, like, and it was like the timing of these things a lot of times are like finding feathers. Just the timing was always like pretty divine, and like I said, God called me home through friends and just like situations in life, and led back to Him, and made me realize, like, and I still notice all these things, but now I know, like, oh, it's God. Like, that was kind of not in the forefront of my mind, but once I put it, like, I got back to that point, man, life is so much easier and better. And, I pray every morning before I leave. Just a simple, quick prayer. I put my hands on my dog and I pray for him to have, this was when I was still going to work every day, but I would pray just because I'm leaving him for 8 hours out of the day. Like, Lord, give him peace, comfort, happiness, health. He's 10 years old. I want him to live forever. I lost my other dog just a few months ago. I had to put him down to this crazy cancer, but um, yeah, so praying and that whole situation with my dog with the cancer really, like I said, strengthened my prayer. Like, it made me realize you can pray over everything. You get in your truck and pray, Lord, bless this drive. That's all you got to say. You don't matter. God knows your heart. Um, so yeah, once I did that, life is just so this much less. There's a lot of confusion in the spirituality type stuff when you don't like connect it to God. You don't. It's like it's not the closed loop. It don't make sense. But when you connect, realize it's all because God made everything. It's just so much less confusing. And God, man, even like just, I mean, since I quit my job, like there's been I just ask God, like, keep guiding me. I pray this every day, like, Lord, bless me, give me abundance, Lord. You know, um, fill my day and my mind and my heart and just my whole life with your spirit and your love, Lord, and let me radiate that to others and be an example, Lord, and forgive me for my sins where I fall short, my frustration and anger at times, and um, yeah, just doing that. And man, God is good because I'll go play a show. Like lately, I've been playing a little more gigs, like music wise, and um, just last night I played a gig. It just pays a couple $100. Um, Shout out to anyone that, if you're watching this and you were there, like, I'm pretty sure everyone there tipped me like $20 bills. Just my buddy threw $100 bill in there. Um, my Mimi brought like 10 plus of her friends, and I'm pretty sure every single one of them tipped me. It was one of their birthdays. And I just prayed on my way to my gig, like, God, just bless me with abundance, and let me just provide just joy and happiness and everything to anyone listening tonight and watching. And um, man, yeah. So in tips alone, I made over a couple $100, like 230 something dollars. The place, like I said, paid me a couple hundred. And then as I was leaving, there was a table in the back that had been there the whole time. And they're like, "Oh, you got that acoustic? You can play us one more song." I'd already unplugged everything, and I was carrying my gear out back to my truck. And I left my guitar for last because I was like, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna play them one song because the lady at that table tipped me $20 when I first got done, and um, she was like, "We'll pay you more if you'll play one more." I was like, "Everything's already unplugged," so I was carrying my stuff out there. Like, I know you got your guitar, so I stopped after I'd loaded everything up. I walked by, I had my guitar, and I set it down. So I feel like I got to play all song. And they're like, "Yeah," they were the coolest, nicest, most genuinely excited people. Like, they were so grateful and glad. And I sat there and I was like, "I'll play y'all one song," and I played "Tequila Sunrise" by the Eagles. First time I've ever played it other than like at home by myself. And they sang along. The guy had said they had just seen the Eagles at the Sphere. The Eagles was my grandpa's favorite band. Like, it was just pretty cool. They sang along, like sang their hearts out. And they're like, "All right, what's next?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And yeah, I ended up playing I played some Skinner. I ended up playing like 6, 7 songs. I played Whiskey Myers, and they sang along to every song. And as I was leaving, they're like, we have parties every now and then. We want to, have you play. You'd be perfect." And I'm like, it just felt so good. Just, you could tell they genuinely enjoyed it and were grateful. And the guy gave me $100 bill. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, God is so. As soon as I got in my truck after I left these people after leaving the restaurant, I'm just like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Just out loud in my truck by myself, no radio on, no nothing. Just thank you, God, because I go into this expecting to make like, 200 bucks, and I almost tripled that, you know, in one night. And that's, that's like over half my weekly paycheck right there, almost, from my old job in one night, in just a few hours. Like, so God is, I just trust like these little things. Like I said, I just stopped. I feel like I need to play you guys a song, and you just got to trust your heart. Don't, enjoy life, and don't feel like it's an inconvenience. Like, what was I going to do? Yeah, I wanted to get home to my dog, but, you know, I knew my parents would let him out while I'm gone. They'll come out here and let him out. And I knew he'd been let out, but other than that, like, what am I missing out on? I'm going to come home, I'm going to shower and get in bed. Like, what is it to genuinely, provide some joy to these people? And, through that encounter, like, they were offered to buy me drinks, and, you want a drink or something, or you don't drink. I think they could just tell because they didn't see me drinking all night. And I was like, no, I hadn't drank in like 2.5 years. And these people were drinking. I mean, they were having a great time. And, I told them, no, I haven't drank in like 2.5 years. Um, but thank you though. Like, I don't want to make people feel bad about drinking. Everyone drinks, and most people probably are better at acting right than I was, but I still think it's terrible for you and it's poison. But um, no, they were genuinely just like, that is awesome. Like, there's like 6 people at this table, and they're like, that's so cool. Like, they were happy for me. They thought that was awesome, because it is hard these days to do that. Um, but yeah, you know, when you got the mindset and you're eating right, taking care of yourself, and you're staying mobile and moving, and it's simple things, man. And you got the faith, and you know that God's gonna provide. And if you start trying to honor Him in everything that you do, even like playing the songs, like, God, let me do my best. And um, I feel like I'm even like performing better and all these things. I'm just enjoying it more. And it all comes back to meaning, finding purpose, and just know, just knowing. I knew that was going to fall because I picked it up when I was mowing earlier. Uh, just finding meaning, just yeah. It just all everything compounds, and like I said, all these things are slowly over time. I added, incorporated these different things, and now kind of the blueprint. And next week I'll go in depth probably on one of these 4 pillars. But yeah, just to recap, and if you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you got anything out of this, you know, not to be that guy, but it does really help if you like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, share it with your friends. I really enjoy doing this. I don't I don't talk to a lot of people. I'm usually home by myself. Maybe that's why I like talking here, and maybe because there's no one telling me to shut up when I'm just talking to my phone. But um, yeah, to recap: mindset, meals, movement, and meaning. Basically faith and your just purpose in life. And um, yeah, like I said, I didn't figure these all out at once. It took time, but looking back, they came the foundation of everything that changed my life. Um, and hopefully they help you get there faster than I did. And praise God, I was like, just to go back to like, why should anyone listen to me? Well, because first of all, it's helped me, like, and my whole life is changed. Um, why should you listen to me? Because I'm uh, I'm jobless. I am not monetarily rich. Like, I've never had a lot of money. Yeah, I've saved up a good amount just to kind of fall back on if I need to, but I'm not rich by any means. And I don't have like, I don't have my own home. I've owned a home before, but I don't now. I live behind my parents in this converted building, which is fine. I don't need a lot. It's not. Um, simplicity. And why should you listen to me? Because I'm so happy. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have, I'm single, and I'm so happy and at peace and just the best mentally, physically that I've ever been. I don't feel like I'm lacking anything in life. Um, so I think that's important. There's a lot of people with a lot of money that are a lot of sad, and um, yeah, I don't. Would I like more money? Sure. Will I get there? Yeah. God is, like I said, He's a provider, and He knows my heart. He knows He's got a plan for me, and I just keep staying disciplined, doing all these things, and trying to just live a life in a way that honors Him, um, and just trust Him. And yeah, life is so good, and yeah, so small daily actions. You can't wait around for motivation. You can't wait around for just some big change to fall in your lap. You got to take control. Um, and these things will compound once if you want, stop drinking, see how much changes from that. If you stop drinking and start walking, 5,000 steps a day, and you'll probably lose 30 pounds in a month. And let me know when you do. If you do that, I challenge you. um, yeah, if you want to lose weight, start there. And if you want to know more, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, Preston Scott Project. Comment here. I'll respond to every comment. Thank you guys so much again for listening. It really means a lot. And I really want to keep doing this every week. So, yeah. And I'll be posting clips throughout the week. Obviously, I'm sure y'all have seen those from the last video. Just so you kind of know what you're getting into if you haven't watched the full video, because these are going to be about 40 minutes or longer. So I just kind of take the highlights and post little clips so you can gather some little tidbits that way. But yeah, I appreciate the love and support. And man, God bless you guys. Have a great week ahead. And yeah, love you. Peace.